Hi, I'm Allie. Join me as I show you how to make a very simple wire bangle just using some thicker wire. You're going to make your own bangle and be totally surprised that it didn't come from a jeweler. This is really simple. You just need one style of wire, some beads, and some pliers. Gather up your materials that are listed below in the video and let's get started. All right, so I'm going to show you just how easy working with some thicker wire can be. We're going to be using 18 gauge. You can use 18 or 16. Just know that the bigger you go, you want to make sure something like these large hole Athena cast or these magnesite turquoise beads have a little bit bigger of a hole. You're going to be limited by the hole size that you're working on. So look for larger hole beads. You are going to be using 3 pliers, a round nose plier, a wire cutter, and a needle nose plier. You can get these all in the plier case. I just took mine out, put it in your tool caddy, and go. So I've cut a piece of wire here that is going to be about 12 inches. This is going to get me both my base and my clasp. To start out, it's going to be really, really simple. We take this wire and we're going to take the flat side and we're going to cut off that tip that we did just to make sure that flat side is there. When cutting, with the thick wire like this, you can use your memory wire cutters too. I cut it because I want that nice flat end. We're going to make a loop, and actually we are going to make a big loop. So we're going to go to the very end of our pliers here where you can see the wire but you can't feel it. And what we're going to do is spin the wire. And you can see that just made a big circle. That's all we need. I'm going to close that circle up. And then I'm going to put it back into my pliers here so that the loop is coming off of one side. The middle, the long wire is towards the middle. And what we're going to do is bend this wire towards the right-hand side. When we bend it toward the right-hand side there, when you take it off, you have that nice eye pin that if you would draw an imaginary hole, it goes right through the top. Now we're going to have fun loading our beads onto our wire. So to load our beads onto our wire, all we're going to be doing is selecting which beads. Keeping it simple again, I have some of the Athena cast little faceted nuggets here. I'm going to put one of those on, followed by one of my turquoise, followed by one nugget. And I'm just doing just turquoise on this. If you ever have that the bead doesn't quite fit on, don't push, spin. That's a nice little thing. So all you're going to do, load these guys on in whatever order and quantity you want. Just loading, loading, loading. We have a ton of new Athena cast beads that have large holes, including some really cute little bees I thought I would use. I have some that I'm already wearing with crosses on, so lots and lots of options. These are really fun also with the pebble beads, if you check those out. So you're watching me just load all of these beads on, and I'm going to record this whole time so you can see just how simple this is. And we're going to keep loading and loading, because this is basically making a bracelet in no time. And I love these bangles. The more you wear them, the harder they get. Now, when I say harder they get, what I mean is they keep their shape better the more that you wear them. Because what your body does is your body constantly heats it up and cools it down. So you're constantly heating it up and cooling it down. And then I have a little charm I'm going to put on the end here. You can see some of them just don't want to fit on, and I'm not going to worry and fight them. I just move along to the next, and then if I need to worry and fight, I can. Here's that prime example of spinning and then pushing down. You can see I almost have half of my bracelet made here. Actually, probably more than half. If you want to, you can also leave space that it can spin. You don't need to cover the whole thing. All right, now I do want to leave room for my clasp. So we'll spin those down. Here's my bracelet so far. I'm going to add just a couple more, taking them off my strand, getting a couple more of my beads out, and then we're going to start our clasp. I'm going to hang my little charm down from my clasp area, which is all going to be included on the bracelet. So I know I've done other videos like this, but I think it's fun to watch new sometimes with new products. And we have new Potomac beaders that start watching all the time. So maybe you've never seen one of the wire working videos, or you've been really intimidated with it. Here we are only 4 minutes in, and we are already done the bangle portion. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take our wire right after, and we are going to bend it in towards the project. Grab your wire or your round nose pliers, go right in next to the bead as close as you can. right in there to that bend. And we're going to bring the wire over the top of the round nose pliers because we're making another eye pin on this side. Open your pliers and spin them just slightly so you can close and finish that up. And there is your loop on the opposite side. Go ahead now with your pliers, and you want that flat side facing in toward the piece there. This is why I usually use memory wire with these guys. Nice cut. See how that's open a little bit? Go ahead and add your charm onto it if you want to. If you don't want to add the charm onto it, you can also add it on a jump ring. If it's being stubborn and doesn't want to go on this thick wire, I'll add it with just a little jump ring. And sometimes too, it's just the cut that it is. Yeah, I think it should fit there. I just need to go in and put it on a jump ring. That works. So in here, you're going to just put that back on, close that up so you make sure both ends are closed, and you're going to bend your bracelet kind of into place. That is our base. Here is our wire that we have left. With this 3 inches that we have left, the first thing I'm going to do is cut the ends down so they're nice and flat on both sides. And you can see I kind of push my finger there because I don't want anything to fly off, especially if I'm in a class with somebody and I'm teaching. You want this to be where you can see it, but you can't feel it. Simple little turn here. See that swoosh that's already going on? Usually you go back and you're going to make this straight. I'm not going to bother because I want that loop or that clasp. Really simple, grabbing from my tool caddy here, a Sharpie marker. Bend that wire around the Sharpie marker. Don't overthink it. That's it. Grab your needle nose pliers now to the end of the wire, which is going to sit about, you want it to sit about mid loop. So that's how you know how much you have. And what we're going to do is simply turn it back over. I'm just doing this as little as possible. So just that little bit. If I want to, I can hammer that down as well. But now all I have to do is take those pliers as well, turn to the side and open, slide that into the side, close that up, done. That is it. You can close that a little tighter if you want to. And now when you wear it on the wrist here, put it on with my other turquoise, you bend in, you bend it towards it, you put that loop on, and there you go. Your bangle bracelet is completed. Look how fast that was, only 7 minutes, even less than that, less than 7 minutes, and you're done and completed. So the wire is a really great way to get your clasp, your setting all in one, and it gives that nice, fun jangle of a bangle. Thanks so much for joining me for this bangle bracelet. This is so easy to make, and I hope that you work on your wire skills and make one of these, because then you'll be able to make one in less than 5 minutes. Swear it, less than 5 minutes. And these are great to give to people. They have that nice handmade look and a nice sturdy base. As always, if you have some pictures and you've made them, stick them in our Facebook group for beading and jewelry making. Potomac beaders are amazing. This community is great. And then you can give other people ideas and share your talents as well. As always, if you haven't yet, check out below the video. There's a link there that you can get back to our website. Give a little thumbs up and stay tuned for more inspirational designs.